The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed.
This is a story of how I went on a date with the guy 3 years after I lost my virginity to him. Okay, stay with me here. So, flashback to 4 years ago, I meet this cutie pie at the bar, let's call him John, and me and John really hit it off. And long story short, I lose my virginity to him, but we continue to see each other like 3 other times, like just to hook up. And anyone that knows me knows I'm not a very like, yeah, let's do it casual, like friends with benefit, let's just hook up. I'm not that type of girl. I'm crazy, and I became obsessed with John, and I needed him to be my boyfriend. This one day we're supposed to meet each other, okay? And he fully ghosts me, and I lose my mind, and I block him everywhere. Fast forward to 4 years later, one could say that I'm in an interesting place in my life. I had just begged my ex-boyfriend to get back together with me, and he was like, no. And I was like, okay, clearly losing my mind. So what do? Obviously, I immediately download Hinge to numb the pain. At this point, I am in a swiping frenzy. I am swiping left, right, and center for any cute guy that comes my way, and guess whose profile comes up? John. We match. We start talking, but neither of us are admitting that we literally know each other, okay? Zara is not that common of a name. We end up actually going on a date together in person. We go the entire date not admitting to anything. I'm over here asking him like, oh my God, like what was your degree in, bitch? I know what your degree was in. I know you studied engineering. I literally know like what your dad's doing right now. Like I know where he is in life. What is this? We go on the date. The date ends. And guess what happens? This man ghosts me again. 4 years later, I get ghosted by the same clown.
Guys, you cannot make this stuff up, okay? If I were to sit down and write a script about how to screw up dating, how to be bad at dating, how to be just in general a complete dumbass, okay, I would not even be able to formulate this exact story that this woman just told us, okay? She just told us that she lost her V-card to a random guy at the bar, insisting that she was not that type of girl. She then goes on to have a fling with this man, and it discontinues. She then sees another man who she breaks up with, okay, or got broken up with. Let's just have a guess in the dark about that one. And then she begs him back. Failing that, she gets on Hinge to get more attention. Guys, this is just absolutely disgusting. And this is the clip that we're going to be breaking down first on today's episode. But guys, what is going on? It is Taylor The Fiend back again with another response video. As always, guys, before we jump into it, don't forget to come and join us over on Locals. The link is in the description. Okay, a lot of YouTube content creators, we don't really know if we're going to be around forever, so a lot of us are kind of setting up different platforms off of YouTube itself, just in case Susan decides to yeet us off the platform, guys. So make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. I'm going to be removing videos over time on this YouTube channel and archiving them over there. We're also going to be doing recaps and stuff like that for additional videos. So guys, make sure that you go and join over there. But without further ado, we're going to be breaking down this woman's story one step at a time, guys. So as always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. And let's just take a listen to this clownery one more time, because I could not believe this when I first heard it. So let's take a listen.
I went on a date with the guy 3 years after I lost my virginity to him. Okay, stay with me here. So, flashback to 4 years ago, I meet this cutie pie at the bar, let's call him John, and me and John really hit it off. And long story short, I lose my virginity to him.
My question, guys, like the first thing that just comes to my head is like, man, where the hell is your dad? You know what I mean? It's like, are we really out here right now where boys and girls, okay, because this just doesn't, this doesn't just apply to girls, okay, right? Guys and girls just going out here, just meeting randoms at the bar as their first time, right? And then that's their first time. Like literally just a random dude at the bar. Okay, where is your dad, man?
but we continue to see each other like 3 other times, like just to hook up. And anyone that knows me knows I'm not a very like, yeah, let's do it casual, like friends with benefit, let's just hook up. I'm not that type of girl.
Except you are, right? You see, this is the thing, right? When we hear this crap, guys, it's like there is such a huge difference between what some people say that they do and what they actually do. You know, it's like, oh, I'm not that type of girl. Anytime I hear that sentence, guys, it's just like a red flag in my head. Whenever we hear these individuals say this, they're like, oh, I'm not that type of girl. The translation is just, I'm definitely that type of girl. Add on like another 80% onto what you think about me. Okay, because she literally describes an action that she did, and then she said she's not that type of girl, but you just did the action. So... and this is the sad thing, guys, is a lot of men, like, we'll just listen to girls say this and we'll believe them. Like, hell no. A lot of dudes are sick and tired of hearing this stuff and going like, oh yeah, I'll have a long-term relationship with you. I know that you're lying about your part. You know, they'll believe into the lie. And then fast forward like 15 years, they get into a marriage where they realize that they've been cheated on 30 damn times. Okay, maybe the kid's not theirs. And it all starts with lies like this, right?
I'm crazy, and I became obsessed with John, and I needed him to be my boyfriend.
Listen to that. I needed him to be my boyfriend. I needed John to be my boyfriend. Okay, and the thing is, right, is like, I can kind of understand that. You know, you want the first guy that you're with to be your boyfriend, but listen to the language, right? I needed that man to be my boyfriend. Damn it, give him back to me. Okay, and again, let's just highlight this for a second, okay? The dude that she met at the bar, this guy, John, she says that he's attractive. Okay, again, she could have a dude who would commit to her. I'm sure she'd be able to find a man who would be willing to commit to her. But no, see, she wants the attractive dude that she met that one time at the bar. Okay, none of this like consistency, none of the, if you really wanted stability, right? If you really wanted a relationship that wasn't going to be rocky, where the guy wouldn't just stop talking to you after 3 times hanging out together, you'd be able to find him. But that's not the situation that we find ourselves in. Let's continue.
This one day we're supposed to meet each other, okay? And he fully ghosts me. And I lose my mind and I block him everywhere. Fast forward to 4 years later, one could say that I'm in an interesting place in my life. I had just begged my ex-boyfriend to get back together with me. And he was like, no. And
I mean, you have to stop and think to yourself, guys, that these women, they put this stuff on TikTok, right? This isn't just like private shower thoughts where you're like, you know, man, I was an idiot for saying that. Or like, oh, how could I do this? I'm so silly, right? No, these girls, they take their personal life and they just throw it out on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like they just put it out here for us to hear. And the problem is when you do that is that dudes start putting together the pieces and going, oh, you know, it's not just me, right? Or, oh, this is what happens in my past relationship. I understand now. Guys, I've been making these videos for a good amount of time now. And, you know, when we started, you know, people would watch the video, they'd leave their thoughts and their comments and stuff like that. But a really unique kind of comment that I started seeing after 6 or so months on this channel, right, was sometimes I'd see a comment of a guy that'd go, you know, Taylor, I hated your content at first, right? And then he comes back and he's like, you know, but all of the stuff you said, it happened to me in the exact same order, right? You see what I'm saying? Which, fair enough, if people don't like the content, that's up to them. That's their own decision to make, right? I find it funny how, like, you see the course of the relationship run, and then dudes come back and they're like, wait a second, you know, all of this stuff happened to me. And then not only that, it wasn't just you that it happened to, right? Because these things, unfortunately, guys, they're patterns, right?
I was like, okay, clearly losing my mind. So what do? Obviously, I immediately download Hinge to numb the pain. At this point...
Yeah, because what better way, right, to numb your pain than to fill it with random dudes that you meet for a hookup on an app? Like, notice how that's the solution to this woman's pain, okay? Rather than go outside, you know, go to the gym, all right, become healthier, maybe get some proper sleep, okay? Rather than look into things that are actually, you know, going to affect your physiology, are going to make you feel more fulfilled, right? Whether that be a hobby or something like that. No, the way to numb the pain is to literally go back to the source of the pain, right? Which is, hey, let's just jump straight into a fling or relationship or whatever the case may be, and that's going to solve my problems. Like they literally just take their quote unquote problem and then they go back to the same thing that caused it as if it's the solution, and then we as men, we're supposed to sympathize with it. That's so crazy.
And I am in a swiping frenzy. I am swiping left, right, and center for any cute guy that comes my way, and guess...
Yeah, cute guy, right? And this is the thing as well. There's a video at the start of this video, guys, which we're going to be taking a look at in like after this woman is done speaking, okay? But what a lot of people have come to realize as well is that dating is... a lot of dating is very focused on looks, right? People don't want to say it. People want to say that, oh, it's all about your personality, right? It's all about what you say and how you say it and your quote-unquote vibe, right? But gentlemen, like, let's not kid ourselves here, okay? These girls, they care very much about how a man looks. And yes, there's going to be varying degrees of superficiality, guys. But, you know, for the most part, girls care a lot more about looks than they let on, than they tell you about. Okay, and you know, and the same goes vice versa. Like, we all know, guys, like, we care about looks, okay, but nobody wants to talk about the girl equivalent. You know, she's going back on these dating apps, but yeah, she's swiping the attractive dudes, right?
Guess whose profile comes up? John. We match. We start talking, but neither of us are admitting that we literally know each other.
Maybe he forgot you. Wouldn't that sting, right? Maybe the guy literally just forgot who the hell you were. I mean, he only saw you a couple times. Maybe you weren't that special, right? And that's the thing, is girls will chase men who make them feel like they aren't that special, and then they'll complain when they don't feel that special. It's like you're literally doing to yourself the thing that you're complaining about, and you expect sympathy. You know, you expect some degree of empathy for men. Right, I have no problem, guys, you know, being empathetic and you know, caring for people, but you have to use it for people who are deserving of your empathy, right? Who are deserving of you saying, you know what, that's messed up. I empathize with you. Okay, these girls who do this crap to themselves, why on earth would you empathize with that? I have no idea.
Okay, Zara is not that common of a name. We end up actually going on a date together in person. We go the entire date not admitting to anything. I'm over here asking him, like, oh my god, like, what was your degree in? Bitch, I know what your degree was in. I know you studied engineering. I literally know, like, what your dad's doing right now. Like, I know.
That's weird as hell, right? She says that this was 4 years apart and she knows what the dude's dad is doing. That's super creepy. But I wonder what their date was, because in my mind, guys, when I hear that they went on a date, I really don't think that it was a date. Notice how she didn't say dinner, right? If it was like a dinner date, I think that she would have said, you know, we went on a nice dinner date, so it made herself look better, right? Like she has some sort of standing in the quote-unquote little relationship thing that they've got going on here that's not a relationship. But she doesn't use that language. It makes me think that he just invited her over, or invited her somewhere very close to his house for, like, you know, a single drink or something, or invited her over for wine or something like that, because it's not really a date, right? You met the dude on Hinge. Okay, you've never had a relationship with him. It's not as if he's taking you out to nice dinners.
Where he is in life. What is this? We go on the date. The date ends. And guess what happens? This man ghosts me again.
What a beautiful end to the story, guys. You know, can we get a round of applause? Absolutely fantastic for this girl who has been absolutely just blindsided once again. Okay, just absolutely ridiculous stuff, guys. But let's take a listen to a couple more of these clips, and then we're going to jump into an article and call today's episode there. So once again, we have this woman right here who's going to tell us her difficulties in dating. So let's take a listen. And it begins by saying here, could you talk more about the dating aspect after weight loss, please?
Okay, so when I was a bigger girl and I was asked out, it was like bare minimum effort. Almost like I should be the one grateful that someone would pay me attention. And then when I lost the weight, gained the self-confidence, and became who I am now, it was a game changer. Like, I'm telling you, men went out of the way for me. And you know what was the funniest part? That the same men who thought they were being generous for throwing me a bone when I was a bigger girl, now were up my guys that ghosted me after a first date were now super interested in getting a second date with me like 2 years later. Men who weren't ready for a relationship, all of a sudden available. And now I wasn't interested in them. Not necessarily because of my glow up, but because I didn't appreciate how they treated me back then. And now they weren't worthy of my time.
This is the trap, right, guys? Is like when girls go out here and they change their appearance and they do all this stuff and they quote unquote boss up, right? This is like the trap to become single forever, because she's absolutely right. I have no doubt that she gets treated better by men because she looks more attractive, right? I think that people in general are incredibly superficial, whether they want to tell you that or not. I think we as dudes, we know what we're attracted to, right? We're attracted to girls who look good, who aren't overweight. This is all very well and clear, okay? But this woman is on a path to the point where now she thinks she's above men. So she's doing the same thing, right, that she's complaining about that men were doing to her, right? You know, let's just totally skip past that for a moment, but let's continue on to the next clip right here. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think, okay? Like, obviously, I think that looks play an absolutely huge role in dating, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's continue.
Clown.
I talked to for quite a while, like every single day talked to, randomly ghosted me one day. Like we talked for like 3 months straight. Like we were very serious for a while. Anyway.
We were very serious for a while. So she's talking about a dude that she was talking to, obviously, right? They were very serious for a while. Isn't it funny how to girls, like a lot of these women, that commitment seems to come in like varying degrees, right? It's not like, oh, you're committed and you're in a relationship. It's like, oh yeah, we were very serious. Like, what the hell does that even mean? He's probably seeing you don't have a relationship. You have nothing. Just because you're talking to a dude doesn't make it serious. Jeez, man.
He like fell off the face of the earth. Like he called me at like 8 p.m. one night. Everything was fine. Next thing I know, I never hear from him again, okay? I think this dude literally fucking dies, okay? Like I'm like considering calling his work and shit, like whatever. Fast forward, I have no idea what happens to him.
What a serious relationship they had, right, gentlemen, where the man just disappears, just absolutely ghosts her. Yeah, what a serious encounter you two have.
Anyways, I'm at the coffee shop today getting coffee through the drive-thru. This motherfucker pulls up behind me, alive and well. Alive and motherfucking well. I swear to God, I thought he died.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't want to talk to you. Right? You love how this is like the last consideration that these girls make, right? Rather than think that, oh, maybe he just didn't want to talk to me anymore. Let's just go straight to the worst case scenario, because there's no way a man would just suddenly stop talking to me. Right? It's absolutely hilarious, guys, where these girls, by the way, all of these behaviors that they're complaining about that I've shown you on today's episode, let's not kid ourselves here. These individuals do the exact same thing that they're complaining about to men. It's absolutely insane.
I hate people who ghost people. That shit pisses me off. Just tell me you don't want to see me. I thought you died.
Yeah, because obviously, gentlemen, we as men, we need to make our, these women, they just want open, honest communication, guys. Just tell me where you stand with me, and she's going to, absolutely stay around forever. Hilarious stuff. But guys, let's jump into today's article here. I have a bit of an interesting one pulled up. A lot of you guys actually emailed this to me recently. You guys wanted me to cover this. Now, fair warning, guys, I've just got a little bit of a blocked nose right here. My allergies are hella flaring up, right? But this is a disgusting article. Okay, absolutely disgusting. I really hope that it's satire and we're not being serious when we make this article, because the title of this article by no way, this is the website name, lols.com, reads, "How to Hide a Promiscuous Past from Your New Man." Okay, and whether or not this is satire or not, guys, like I had a read through this, and we all know that a lot of this stuff is absolutely true. So let's just jump right into it and take a listen to what this individual has to say. And look, they've written that it was written by LOL staff because they don't want to attach anyone's name to this garbage. That is totally understandable. Okay, so let's take a read. How to hide a promiscuous past from your new man. Sometimes the bedroom fun is so slamming you can't risk scaring him off. Here's what you gotta do. First of all, let's make one thing perfectly clear. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being an SL word, right? The fact is that you have to kiss a lot of frogs before you can find your prince. And in this year of 2022, people are free to experience bedroom fun no matter their color or creed. Also, your current partner is the only person it could possibly concern, and that means that a wild ride is by definition the past. In an ideal world, men wouldn't care about our number whatsoever, but seeing as this is still oh my goodness, man, a patriarchy, a white supreme patriarchy, we're going to go ahead and assert that men absolutely will find issue with the woman having scored numbers higher on the end of the spectrum. Now, guys, let's take a think about this for a moment, okay? If you're a dude and you're out there dating, and you're trying to find a serious relationship, you're trying to find a wife in 2022, which, by the way, guys, don't get married, but if you're clueless enough to go out here and want to get married, and you want to deal with that absolute hellhole, let's just consider for a moment you're looking for any of these things, okay? Why on earth would you go and get with a girl who has a high count? Okay, because a past is a good indicator of a future, guys. I see a lot of dudes who they'll be like, you know, or a lot of dudes just don't know this crap, right? And they'll be out here and they're like, you know, so what? She's been with 35 dudes and she's like, you know, early 20s, right? And these are the same dudes who get screwed over because their past behavior is an indicator of the future, okay? Let's have a read. Number 1, try to find out the number of people that he has been with. If it's more than what you've bagged so far, chill. You don't have to say anything. Number 2, lie. It's that simple. Important. And then follow up with an almost virginal act, but don't overdo it. Number 3, tell all if you must, but with a twist. Like promoting a couple of bonks to an old boyfriend status. That way you can get down to telling tales about the 2 or 3 men in total. Tell the truth, maybe. Jeez. Some men are actually not bothered by a woman's lively past. Why are we using the word lively? What an interesting... Okay. But before you tell all, be sure that you are dating one such. How do you find out? Well, is he hot? Spelled incorrectly in all capitals. Number 5, pretend past lovers were terrible, and even if you have decided to reveal everything, remember that when you did, you didn't enjoy it very much either. It's not that it didn't mean anything, it's just that with him it means so much more. So tamper your truth or dare with a bit of baby, you're the best, always go down well, right? I wonder how many men are listening to this right now who have received this kind of crap. Right, who have received this kind of language of like, oh yeah, all those dudes in the past don't matter because they were terrible and toxic and they weren't even that good anyway, but you're different. You're the one that I stick around with, right? You've got to kiss a lot of frogs to find that prince. You know, these girls are sure kissing a lot of frogs, as they say. But here's the one that I dislike the most, okay, gentlemen? This is probably one of the worst ones in here. Now let's take a look at this. Say that they A-worded you. Okay, don't let your man think too critically when you're being creative with the truth. Toy with his emotions by hinting or even saying outright that a lot of these quote-unquote old boyfriends A-worded you. Okay? And here's the thing, gentlemen. Not only are you lying to the dude by saying that, oh, you know, my past partners did this sort of thing, right? Which, let's be honest, gentlemen, we've all heard this crap before. We've all heard girls who go out here and say, oh, he A-worded me, and that's why, you know, you're the best, and that's why I'm no longer with him, and blah, blah, blah. But if you really go back and look at it, the reason why these women are not with these men is because typically these men who they can't get have ditched them, dumped them, or want nothing to do with them anyway, okay? But not only are you doing a massive disservice to the man that you are with when you say crap like this, you are also doing a disservice to the girls who have actually gone through these situations, right? Like the girls who have actually gone through these terrible things and the dudes who have gone through these terrible things of being A-worded, when you lie, you're also just kicking dirt at them as well. But, you know, that's never really considered, is it? Number 7, do your cyber OPSEC and do it right. You already knew to prune any evidence from your social media, but I bet you didn't know that you should also create a plausible cover story for missing information or blocks of time. Blaming it on an ex hacking and vandalizing your accounts after a bad breakup is a good old trusty, but you can really cook with your creative juices here. The more elaborate and pre-planned the story, the harder it will be for you to crack the new the harder it will be to crack for your new dudes prodding questions. Have an answer to every question, and most importantly, have fun. I hate that message of 2022, guys. It's like, it doesn't matter what you do to other people. Obviously, you're just here to have fun. It's like, what about family, right? What about friends? What about caring for the people around you? No, don't worry about that, you absolute queen. Let's just go out here and have some fun. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments, guys. Make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link is going to be in the description. If you're interested in supporting the channel, there's also bits and pieces in there if you're interested. But as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. Before you head out, there's just a few announcements that I'd like to make. The first is that my editor, who goes through all of the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together these videos for us to endure, has started his own YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the video description below, so make sure that you go and show him some support by going and giving him a sub. Also, at the very bottom of the video descriptions, there is a link for those of you who are interested in becoming an editor. I'm not sure how long I'm going to leave these applications open for, but if you're interested in working with me behind the scenes, there will be a link at the very bottom of the video description. Lastly, guys, as always, don't forget to come and join us over on Locals. You guys might have noticed that a lot of YouTube content creators are kind of branching off to different platforms, and that's because we really don't know what we're allowed to say or do, and a lot of us don't really know how long we will be around for. So guys, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. It's totally free to join. There's a support option if you're interested. There's also exclusive content and stuff like that over there, but it's totally free if you're just wanting to go and join, guys. The link is in the description, so make sure that you come and join us. But as always, guys, make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.